Keyword Transformation 22. You should write down this question on a piece of paper or on your computer, have a think if you know the answer, and when you've done that, press play and we'll go through this question using my 10-step technique. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. Let's have a look at step number 1 in my technique. Read the example sentence and the sentence with the missing information. Example sentence. Julia had to wash up before she could go out. Sentence with the missing information. Julia wash up before she could go out. Okay, let's move on to step number 2. Put a line through duplicate information in both sentences. So if you see some words in the example sentence which are the same in the incomplete sentence, you should put a line through both those words. You can pause this video now for a minute and do that, and when you've done it, press play and continue watching. Okay, so these are the words which I've put a line through. Julia and wash up before she could go out. Step number 3. Identify the type of word they give you. Made. Is made a noun, a verb, an adjective, or a different type of word? And again, you can pause the video and write this down. And when you're ready, press play. Okay, so the word made is actually a verb, and here it's in the past simple or past participle form. Make, made, made. Step 4. Is the word made used in any common collocations, expressions, or phrasal verbs? You should write them down if you can think of some. And if you have lots that you can think of, then try to write down an appropriate one based on the information we have in our sentences here. Take a minute to do this, and when you're ready, continue watching the video, and I'll show you what phrases I wrote down with made. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. Now, I've written down made is used in the causative passive. Often we say was or were and made and then to and an infinitive after. And I thought that could be relevant to this circumstance. So let's have a look at step number 5. And in step number 5, I'd like you to try to complete the sentence using the word made, the words without a line through in the example sentence, and the information that we've thought of about the word made. So take a minute, try to complete the sentence, and when you're ready, continue watching the video, and I'll show you which words I've written in the sentence. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. The words that I've written in are was made to. So I'm using this idea of causative passive to complete using was, made, to, and then we have the infinitive wash after it. Don't worry if you've written down different words. You may still be correct. And you can continue using the next steps in my technique with your words or with my words here. So I'm going to continue now with step number 6, which is if I'm not sure about an answer, I'm going to ask myself a question using the information I have here. So do the same. Take a minute, pause the video, and try to write a full question based on the information in this sentence. When you've done that, press play and we'll see what question I've written down. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. And the question that I've written down is, was Julia made to wash up before she could go out? Doesn't matter if you've written a different question. We're now going to answer these questions with step number 7. So try to write a full answer to your question. Take a minute to do this. When you have done it, press play and we'll see what answer I've written down. Okay, so the answer that I've written is, Yes, Julia was made to wash up before she could go out. And we can see here that the words I've used to answer this question are actually the same words that I've written when completing the gap. Was made to. And that's a positive sign. So, step number 8, can I now put a line through all the remaining information? So we have had to and was made to. See if you can put a line through the duplicate information in the example sentence and in your sentence, and when you've done that, press play. Okay, so had to is very similar to was made to. So I've put a line through those words, and now there is a line through all of the sentences. So step number 9 is to check that the overall meaning of the example sentence is the same as the overall meaning of the sentence we've completed. So the example sentence, Julia had to wash up before she could go out, and our sentence, Julia was made to wash up before she could go out. Yes, the overall meaning is the same. So we can quickly move on to step number 10, which is to make sure the words we use match each other. So we have the word Julia, which is she, so we should say was and not were. Julia was. And I've also said at the bottom here that we have a subject be made to an infinitive, which is correct, and that is what we have here. The subject Julia, be, was, made, to, and the infinitive wash. And I can tell you that this answer is correct. If you have a different answer which you also think is correct, you can write to me and ask. If you got it wrong, don't worry, because we're going to do a lot more examples using my 10-step technique. So I will see you in Keyword Transformation 23.